All right, welcome to everybody around the world, and welcome to all my subscribers. Just a very quick message because I don't have much time, but it's official today. The U.S. government did release the UFO, the start of it. They released a batch of UFO files, videos, and the like. I've seen some of them. So far, I haven't seen anything spectacular, but that's pretty much what we expected in the first drop or drops. But you can see them online. I've heard people say they're going to be on alien and aliens.gov. I mean, alien.gov and aliens.gov. Each time I've tried to access those sites, there's some type of issue. Another person said it could be on the Arrow website, but in either case, they're available online. Lots of people are watching them right now. So make sure you go check them out. This is a historic moment, and it's quite incredible. I wish I had more time. I will later on today to talk more about this, but I mean, this is absolutely amazing, historic, and it's only going to get better and better from here in terms of we're going to find out more and more. Now, on the second matter, I had put all this time into a 1 hour video yesterday, which was, I said so important, so revolutionary, so critical, a big warning message and everything, because I had watched the claims and testimony from these various church leaders who had this secret meeting allegedly where they were given UFO disclosure in advance of the general public, right? And right now I've taken that video down and made it private. I may re-release it again with a disclaimer. The reason why I made it private is because after hearing what they said, which was monumental and historic claims, the next day or that evening, they came out, the very same people who are saying that came out and backtracked what they said. So, either they were lying to get attention and views. I really would like to think that they're not. I don't think I side with their Christian or church theology anyway, so I'm not in their basket of believers. I'm a different Christian. But, I don't have anything for or against them. You know what I mean? I don't even know most of them. I only know some of their faces. Allegedly, there was a lot of church leaders, but the few who spoke out about it, I recognize their faces. I don't know who they are. I don't really care too much for them. You know what I mean? But trusting them because they're Christians and they shouldn't lie and this and that there, it provoked a huge reaction in me, huge reaction, because it connected all the dots, confirmed all these things for me. And I went out and made that really long, huge video. And thankfully, only about 15 people saw it, probably some of my loyal subscribers. So last night, when I found out that they had backtracked some of their most important parts of the claims, it really, really irritated me. Really, really ticked me off. But before we all start blaming those Christian leaders as liars and this and that there, we also have to consider that maybe they got told, hey, why are you saying all this stuff right now? You need to wait. That does happen in this field of UFOlogy. When people are whistleblowing or speaking on certain things, they might be allowed to say a certain amount and they're not allowed to say other certain things. And it's just possible maybe these church leaders came out and blabbed something they weren't supposed to, and then they got a phone call and got told, hey, no, you better backtrack this and tone it down. So I don't know. Either they did lie and twist things to make the story more grandiose at first, or maybe they're instructed to backtrack. It just irritates me because, I had all that. It was so impacting on me because it confirmed so much for me with all the other things I talk about. And it just irritates me that I made that 1 hour long video over an hour and, that 15 people saw it. So this is, a little disclaimer for everybody who did watch that video of mine. I can re-release the video and, take it off of private and put it back in public. But I'll put in a noted disclaimer because, I put a lot of effort and passion into that video and a lot of things that I said. And all the things that I said are important and still relevant. And the things that are coming are still going to come. All of that stuff is still valid and true. The only part that I have a question mark over now is the specific details that the church leaders relayed. But what is true, even with their backtracking, they did have a meeting. There was it was secret in a sense, They were shown pictures of extraterrestrials, so all of that was true, and they were told things. That much is true, and the things that they were told, they probably were told. The things that I talked about in the video, about. But anyways, the part that they backtracked on specifically that I have a problem with is that at first these church leaders, and they themselves with their own faces on their own videos verbatim, were saying that this was a secret meeting with government or military officials, right? When they backtracked the story, they said, oh, no, it wasn't. It was actually a meeting organized by people that aren't in the military or government, people who are, interested in that topic, other Christian church leaders who felt it was important to share information with fellow Christians. So basically, it made it sound like just enthusiasts organized the meeting. That strips away all the magnificence from their initial story. And that's what really irritates me. If they were lying, these church leaders, nobody should ever believe a word that comes out of their mouth ever again, because that is just ridiculous if they were lying. But we can't accuse because we don't know. They may have been told, hey, go and backtrack on these certain points. After all, I was wondering why, and I did mention in my long video, why were the church leaders told first before the public? And I was offering up reasons, logical reasons why that might be the case. But anyways, so that's where we stand. But ironically, and I didn't even know that the UFO files were going to drop this morning when I made my long video. I didn't know. So when I went into my own secret meeting that I had last night with the group that I talk with, they were all talking about, hey, the files are dropping tomorrow. And I was like, what? What are the odds of that? That's crazy. So anyways, let's not ruin the historic day that this is, that the UFO files have been released. This is absolutely awesome. And hopefully there should be, and there will be more to come, we've been told. We can only hope that it'll get bigger and grander. But yeah, go check out the stuff and just keep some reservation about what the church leaders have claimed at this moment. Until I can further verify things, let's just put that on the side burner. But like I said, everything in my long video, all the warnings and everything, all the the prophecy confirming thing, all the other stuff, that's still valid. The only thing that needs a disclaimer is the part about the church leaders. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But anyways, take care, folks, and God bless.